Okay, let's get started standing up. Warm up. So we're looking at posture and alignment during this class. Brings in all the other things that we always do. Let's start with our feet hip width apart, just step away from the wall, and take your arms out to the side. And make your hands into really, really hard fists so that you can feel that right up to your shoulders. And then just lift your shoulders and lower them right down. So keep rigid in your arms. Your fists will help you do that. We're going to do some articulations, rotations of the neck. So we're going to take your head over to one side, take it down towards one shoulder. And you want to get into all the range of your neck, the range of all the joints here. So we're going to roll to tuck your chin into your chest, go as low as you can, and then slowly roll so that your head is tipped to the other shoulder, going as far as you can, nothing else changing. And then start to take your head back, keep your jaw closed for this, so teeth are together. And take your head behind you. And slowly take it through its full range until you're back to where you started. We're going to go back again. So you're just letting your head not drop, but move through its whole range. Over onto the other shoulder. Don't miss out this bit, seems to miss out this section. Roll onto your chest and then roll so your head is back where it started. So you might already be traveling there, but you might have already got there. So take your time if you're not. Bring your head up. If you finish, we're going to do the same thing with our arms. So we're going to take our arms up overhead, really hard fists. Ribs staying down here. Let's take our arms back behind us. Go to the full range of arms going back, but keep your ribs down. Keep your arms going. They'll come down to your sides. They've got more range than that because they can go across us, but we'll not do the cross bit. We'll just keep them out to our sides. Take your arms in front, still in hard fists. Bring them up. Watch your ribs don't lift here. So keep your ribs down. And then when your arms are up overhead, we're going to go forward again. So keep reaching your hands away. You'll feel this right up to your shoulders. You'll feel it in your shoulder cup. This is great if you have problems with your shoulders, especially if you are immobile in them or if you're too mobile in them. So if it's a mobility issue, arms going back, start to take them up. They'll spread apart. Don't let your ribs lift as your arms come up overhead. Good, and then when they're overhead, we're going to side bend one way. You can open your palms, look up at the top hand and press the ceiling. Take a big breath in here. And then we're going to go into the other side bend. We go the other way, look up at the top hand, turn the palm, press the ceiling, take a breath. Let's come up. Bring your arms to shoulder height, out to the side, reaching them away from each other again. We're going to twist as far as you can, but keeping your arms right out to the side. So you twist round. So we don't want to just let your arms travel. Keep them reaching out from your shoulders. Look behind you. So bring this right up to your neck. And then we'll go the other way. So we're just going to turn, 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 turn. When you think you've gone as far as you can go, just go that little bit further and look at that back hand. And then let's turn back. And we're just going to make sure our ribs have dropped down in case they've not come up. And we're going to shift our ribs over to one side. So I'm thinking of keeping my pelvis still here. So we're shifting our ribs over and then shifting them to the other side. You might need to look at yourself in something doing this, or you can keep your hands on your hips so that your ribs move, but your hands on your hips stay still. It's just side to side of your rib cage. There shouldn't be a twist. Okay, let's just do one more each side. Rib shifting, and then bring your ribs to center, and then we're going to keep our ribs still. So we're going to put our hands on them to monitor them, and then circle your pelvis. Your knees might bend a bit as you're doing this, that's okay. So you're just doing you're hula hooping. Try to get to all, it's not corners because it's a circle, but the whole range of your pelvis circles. So right round. And if you notice there's a bit you're missing out, really make sure you get in there the next time you go round. We're going to go round the other way. Still breathing as you do this, so make sure your breath you're not holding your breath. Get some clicking in the spine, that's always good. Morning you often do. We'll do one more circle. And you just might notice some sticky bits in there. We'll leave that. Hands back onto your hips. We're going to bend and straighten your knees. Okay, well, this is going to wake up our glutes here. We're going to stay with knees bent, and we're going to pelvic tilt. So we're tucking and untucking our pelvis. And then we want to bring our pubic bone so it's forward in line with our hip bones. So your hands on your hips, your pointer finger and your thumbs will be about at the same level. So your pelvis is in neutral, more or less. Then bring your hands to your rib cage and drop and lift your ribs, pelvis staying still. And we're going to stay with our ribs down. So we're dropping our ribs down, so your tummy is short. Put a hand on your rib cage and a hand on your pelvis. They're going to try and stay as they are. And we're going to tip forward, take your weight onto your left foot and just step back with your right foot. So we're trying to keep our back shape exactly as it is here. We've got a bent left leg. Left foot is nice and spread out on the floor. Just think of that footprint like a big gecko foot on the floor. And we're going to tip. So your back leg comes up as your chest tips forward. It doesn't matter how far you go. It's about keeping nice and steady in your left foot. And then come back up again. We're going to do that 3 more times. And you want to, if you can feel it, you're feeling it in your glute there. That's what you want to feel working. If you don't feel it in your back, it's probably going to be in the hip. So you might be thinking of what you're not feeling. So your back shape stays the same. Try not to grip the toes of the foot, but they are firmly down, but they're not scrunching the floor. Okay, next time we're lifted, let's stay up. I'm going to turn around the other way. We're going to stay with that back leg lifted, and then we're going to bring it out to the right and back in again. You can hold on to something if you want to for this, or you can put the toe on the floor and just drag the foot along the floor so you're not too tipped. It doesn't actually matter massively how much you're tipped. So number 1 is keeping your shape, back shape. Let's take your right leg out to the right and bring it as far as you can through, and then put the foot on the floor. So you're in a wide, your feet are wide now. Coming on up, we're going to bend both knees, put your hands on your knees, and cat stretch, tucking your tailbone under, lifting the rest of your back up. And then cow, tailbone lifts, chest comes forward. Let's do that again. Rounding, particularly flappy top, and then arching. So if you go into a really pronounced, like deep arch, then just soften it slightly. If you're tucked under, generally, then you'll need to go into your maximum. So if you're feeling it sore in your low back, just soften it slightly. Let's bring our arms forward and then bring them back down to our knees. Forward and down to our knees. We're going to breathe in one way, let your arms go, and out the other way. And again. And then stay arms forward And we're going to bring our hips forward. Breathe in, breathe out, sit back into a squat. And again, breathe in, coming up. Breathe out, sit back into a squat. Ideally, your back is staying in the same position here. So you're keeping that same rib and pelvis shape. Bottom rib down. And as you sit your hips back, there's a little arch in your low back. So that you use your glutes. If you tuck your tailbone under, glutes switch off, hamstrings switch off. Okay, let's just finish this one off. Come on up and step your right foot in, feet back to hip width. Hands on your hips. Let's bend and straighten your knees. Let's have a look at your knees doing that. And have them floating forward, nice and evenly. Your legs go in staggered. If your knees kind of do a jaggedy path, then shows that some of your muscles are a lot tighter than others. Okay, let's stay with bent knees. We're going to tuck and untuck your pelvis. We're going to stay in neutral, so point of fingers and thumbs at the same height, flat in front. Lift and lower your rib cage. Put a hand on or both hands on to feel the movement of your ribs. This is a movement. These two movements change everything in your back. If you have back issues, then very likely that you are habitually out of one of these positions. Okay, and then let's bring our ribs down. Hands back onto our hips. We're going to take our weight onto our right foot. Try not to sway out too far to the right. Step back with your left foot. Let's monitor our ribs and pelvis as we tip and tip back again. Breathing. So it's the deadlift, and people do this. It's all about your foot and your hips. People do them holding kettlebells or dumbbells, and you can add on doing that, but it needs to be great without anything first. Okay, let's stay in the tip. So however far you've managed to go, that right foot nice and spread out on the floor, toes not overly gripping. And let's take your leg out to the left and back in. It's just going to do a little travel, either along the floor or lifted. And you'll have to work more in your right hip. Okay, let's take your left leg out to the left and put the foot on the floor. Hands onto your knees, go down into a squat. Let's cat stretch. Take a breath. Let's cow. And again, tuck. And then arch your back. Arms forward and onto your knees. And again. Okay, let's leave this as the last one. Arms stay forward, take a breath in. Breathe out, come up. Breathe in, go back. So breathing differently as we did before, it's fine. Just breathing in one way, breathing out the other way. Sitting your hips right back. We'll just do 2 more of these. Okay, let's sit right back into the squat and then come up. It's great for your pelvic floor, squatting. It's great for your back of your line muscles. Okay, bring your feet in, but not quite to hip width. Make them a bit wider than that. Let's take our arms into a goalpost position. So 90 degrees at the elbows. Elbows at the same height as your shoulders. Lift your shoulders. and drop them down. Let's do that again. So your shoulders go right up, and then you want to go down lower than they came up, so that they're really far down, and you've got all these muscles here at the top of your shoulders off. They're kind of neck shoulder muscles. Okay, we're going to swivel. So we're bringing our forearms down and then up, down and then up. Thinking kind of 1980s craft work, something like that. Down and up. We're going to stay with our forearms down, shoulders down, and then push your elbows together behind you. And then bring your arms forward. And then back. And then forward. And again, push your arms back. Elbows pushing back, hands as well. Bring your arms forward and flip your forearms up. Make sure your shoulders are down. Bring our elbows together in front of our chest or chin and open your arms out. And again. So again, breathing in one way and breathing out the other. You just want to feel the stretch across your upper back and over your shoulders. Let's leave our elbows wide. And twist. Twist as far as you can. So twist right down to your feet. And then let's go around the other way. Go as far as you can. Good, then let's turn back and bring your hands to your hips. Okay, we're going to go to our lower legs now. We're going to lift up the front of your feet. So you leave your heels down and the fronts of your feet lift. And if you can see that, my bum has to go back, otherwise I'd fall over. So I'm lifting and lowering, trying to tap front of my feet, coming up onto my heels. You can hold on to something if you need to for this. It's easier when we do the other one. We're going to swivel now. So you lift the fronts of your feet, don't fall backwards, and then turn them one way. And then lift the fronts, turn them right round the other way. Lift, turn. Can't do this slowly. Lift, turn. That would be a next step. If you can do it slowly, great. So we're lifting, swiveling. Lift, swivel. One more. Now let's turn our feet forward and we're going to lift and lower our heels. A bit more conventional. So we're getting up onto tiptoes, then lowering our heels down. You're going to be even in the front of your feet here. We're going to do the same swivel. So we lift our heels up, take them over one way, facing sideways, put them down. Lift, swivel right round the other way, put them down. Lift, swivel, down. If you need to do this in 2 stages, then do. You might find your feet are getting slightly further apart. We're going to stay in a sideways position, toe heel pointing this way. Bring your hips square and push your hips back and bring them forward. Let's do that again. A bit of stretch down the back of the front leg here. Keep your legs straight. Let's do the same thing. Push your hips back, chest comes forward. Take your front arm and reach it down to the floor. Hold it here. You want a lift of your tailbone, a push of the front heel into the floor, trying to get nice length down the back of that front leg. Okay, and then let's come on up onto your tiptoes. Let's swivel around the other way. Whoop. And bring your hips square, push your hips back, and then bring them forward. And again. Okay, let's stay in the forward fold. Front arm is going to reach down towards the floor. Lift your tailbone up. Push the heel of the front foot down. And then let's come on up. Swivel your feet round, lift both arms right up to the ceiling. Look up between both hands. Chin's lifted. Chin is lifted, not your chins up. And let's circle your hands on the ceiling. So just doing a little body roll. Let's go around the other way. Keep trying to touch the ceiling. One more circle. And then bring your arms down. Good, we're going to do going down to the floor. You're going to need lots of space in front of you. Going down to the floor title. So you need lots of space in front of you. You can always move your feet back if you run out of space. We're going to have our feet hip width apart. Start with your hands on your hips. Lift your heels off. And then bring your bottom down to your heels. We're going to a crouch. Try and keep your knees lined up here, even if you haven't got all the way down to your heels. We're going to reach forward and put our hands on the floor. So you might need to splay your knees for that to happen. But if you can keep them lined up, then do. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to walk our hands forward along the floor. You can bring your knees down to the floor. You can be in all fours if you want to, or we're in full plank. Take another breath here. We're going to bend both elbows and push through both hands to come up. We're going to do that again. Breathing out. Knees can always be on the floor, remember. Take a breath in. We're going to walk our hands back to our feet. Back into the crouch. We're going to come on up. So coming up using our legs, not our hands. Good, let's take a step forward. I'm going to do right foot, always do right foot. Let's do left foot. Left foot, just a stride length forward of your right. We're going to lift both heels. We're going to come down. Going down to a crouch. Try and keep both knees off the floor here. Knees trying to stay hip width. We're going to do the same thing. Your knees can come down. We're going to end up having our right leg off the floor. So we're going to go all onto our left leg. So hands forward on the floor, take a breath in. Breathe out. You walk all the way forward and your right leg will come up in the air. You can always put your left knee down. You take a breath in here and breathe out. And we do a little push up. One more. And then we're going to walk our hands back. Oh, should be breathing out. Whoops. And then we put our right foot down. Okay, let's come on up. We'll do the same with our right. So left foot back, right foot strides forward. Lift your heels down into a crouch. Breath in here. Breathe out. Left leg lifts. Breathe in here, little push up. And again. Take a breath in, breathe out, walk back to your right foot, left foot comes down. Good, let's go on up. Another one with our feet lined up, we're going to end up on the floor. So feet hip width. Onto your tiptoes. Bend both knees. Breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in here. Breathe out, little press up. And again. Good, knees come down. Walk your hands back, flatten your feet. Just bring your forehead down to the floor. Take a breath. Okay, let's come on up to kneeling and open your knees so they're hip width apart, or maybe even wider than hip width. Toes tucked under. We're going to take a step forward. I'm always doing my right. Step forward with your left foot. And try and have, we're kind of thinking 90 degrees at each knee. Bring your pelvis forward, so your pelvis is over your right knee. And we're just going to do a few pelvic tilts. If this really bothers your right knee here, put a cushion or your towel underneath it. So as you tilt your pelvis, you'll feel the stretch in the front of your right thigh. And we want to increase that extension of the hip. So we're going to bring your pubic bone forward and your hip bones back. Square your hips up. So your hip bones should be perpendicular to your front, your left thigh. Right arm is going to reach up to the ceiling. Keep that pelvic tuck. So the reach up increases that. You'll feel the stretch in the bottom of your tummy. You might feel it all the way down to the knee. If you've had abdominal surgery on this side, that's where you're going to feel it, in the scar. Left arm is going to reach forward with the palm up. We're going to take your left arm as far as you can out to the left and behind you. So you're twisting right round. Follow your left hand with your eyes. Breathe in, bring it back again. Reach up, try and touch the ceiling with your right hand all the time. Your right ear should be right but next to your arm. Twist your left arm back, turn your head, and then bring your arm through again. Breathe in, breathe out, twist. Keep that reach, keep that pelvic tuck. Let's do 2 more. Good if it feels difficult, it's needed. 1 more, twist. Good, bring that arm through. Okay, let's swap knees. Right leg forward, 90 degrees at your left knee, 90 degrees at your right knee. Pelvis over your left knee. Square up your hips, so you'll bring your left hip forward slightly. And let's pelvic tilt. Go, so bring your pubic bone forward. Hip bones will go back. Left arm's going to reach up. We're trying to touch the ceiling. Your head will be right next to that arm. Right arm out with your palm up. Take a breath in, breathe out, take your right arm right round, turn your head, you're still keeping your head next to your left arm, and then bring it through again. Keep reaching up, twist, and back again, and again. And twist. And again. So if you do a lot of walking or a lot of running, it's a great stretch to do before and after that walk or run. Okay, let's bring your right knee down, toes tucked under, both knees on the floor. Hips are going to come forward. We're going to take your arms in front of you. Drop your ribs down. Tuck your chin in. Let's float back. So flat from your knees to your shoulders. Go straight back. See how far you can go. Keep your knees down on the floor. Keep both hip bones traveling back equally. Take a breath in here. Hip bones and hands reach forward. Breath in, breathe out. Let's go back. Go as far as you can, keeping nice and flat. Shouldn't feel a strain in your neck. Breathe in, breathe out to come up. Okay, now we're going to do a weenie twist over to the right and head back. So you're just heading slightly back to your left heel. So you're just going at a little angle here, going back. Your right hip slightly drop back. Take a big breath. Breathe out, left hip and hands lead to come up. Turn slightly over to the right, left. Breathe out. Heading back. Keep your ribs down. If this bothers your back, it's because your ribs have lifted. Breathe out to come up. Good. Let's flatten your feet. You just kneel back and that all just goes, oh, thank goodness, because this is now short, which we like, because we sit a lot. Okay, good. Let's just give our shoulders a roll. We're going to go on to all fours now, and we're going to do a hip carve, a controlled articular rotation like we did with our arms and our neck before. So we're going to go into all fours. You can have the towel underneath your knees if you need cushioning, shoulders down away from your ears, and your ribs tucked in away from the floor. Okay, let's pick up our one knee, doesn't matter which. Try to keep your back shape the same as that knee is lifted. Keep breathing normally. So you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. If that's not normal, that's what you want to make normal. Or you can breathe out through your nose. Then we're going to take your foot up towards the ceiling. Think of the end of your leg. Think of what you're moving as your knee rather than your foot. So you take your knee up until you feel it's got to the end of the range. If you go any further, it will be a movement in your back. And then we're going to start to take that knee out to the side. So you go as far as you can, your foot will turn down. We're going to do as large a circle as you can. So you're going to the full range of the hip here. You come out, knee's going to start to come forward. You bring the knee as close in towards your chest as you can. And then we're going to go back the other way. So if you have issues in either hip, then you can do these in all fours and you do them standing. So you do them in both positions in every morning. It'll make a really big difference. So do 3 in each direction, standing up and like this. We'll do more cars at a different thing, different class. Let's put the knee down and slide your shoulders back, ribs tuck in. Other knee lifts and then starts to move out and then starts to come forward. And we're still breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth or nose. And then let's go back the other way. You can't do them slow enough, these. So if you think, oh, this might be too slow, it's not. I might be probably going too fast. And the knee is behind us. And then let's bring that leg down. Okay, we're going to lie on our front. I'm going to put the towel underneath your bottom rib, unless you're perfectly fine without it there. If you're in doubt, put the towel underneath your bottom rib. And we're going to lie on our front. And just bring your head down to your hands, first of all, and just make yourself long. So walk your legs away from you and bring your shoulders down. Spread your palms out so your fingers are not overlapping and bring your shoulders down away from your ears. And then push into your hands so that your chest lifts up. And push so much that you get a bit lighter on the towel and keep that lightness off the towel. Or if you haven't got a towel, your bottom rib has got lighter on the floor. That stays as it is. So you're using your tummy muscles for that, you're using your back muscles for that, and you're using your arms for that. Okay, we're going to slide your right hand away from you along the floor. Keep active in your left hand and left elbow, and then stretch your left leg out and lift it. Go to as much of an extension as you can, but keep an eye or think about your pelvis. You want to keep your pubic bone down. Your left hip will be lifted though. Okay, let's slide them back in. Keep that lift off the towel. left hand's going to slide away. Right leg is going to stretch out and lift. Take a breath, bring them back in. Right, we're going to go a bit faster. If this is bothering your back in any way at all, then you only do your arms. Keep your legs down. And in fact, you could do one each arm and then do one each leg. Keep really active in the hand on the floor and breathe. So your breath should be your tummy pushing into the floor and your waist pushing out. Okay, so we're going to do one more on each side after this one. So if you're doing singles, then you just want to even up. Actually, we'll do one. No, we'll do another set after this. So we'll do 3 more. So if you're in any doubt of whether these are working right after 1 or 2, then they might not be. So just stop. Okay, can't do masses on your front stuff. On one we can't. So let's bring our knees in. Oh no, we're going to bring our knees out and up towards your hands. So we're going to go into a frog stretch. You widen your knees, bring them right up towards your hands and widen them even more so that you're on the inside of your knees and your feet are turned out. You've got the inside of your feet on the floor. Probably looks more logical like this. Okay, walk your hands forward and put your elbows on the floor. Okay, we're going to tuck and untuck your pelvis and try and have your tailbone as lifted as you can. And then we're going to slowly walk your elbows backwards. There's a limit, you'll feel it. So when you've reached that limit where you can feel a stretch, that's enough. Like, it doesn't need to be excruciating at all. The limit might be on one hip before it's on the other hip. So go with that one. And when you're there, we're just going to breathe. And we want to practice that Tai Chi bottom breathing. So you're breathing into your pelvis. Imagine blowing your bottom up with your breath in. It's very effective on your pelvic floor, works really well. And so your belly would expand and your sides would expand and your low back would expand. See if you can shift from left to right. If you can't, that's good. So fine, just checking. And we'll just take one more breath. And then walk your elbows forward and bring your feet in and come up onto your hands and bring your knees in. You might feel that you can never walk again. Got that feeling? We'll come back. Right, let's go on to our side. Let's stretch both legs out. So we're going to do a side plank with toe tapping. We'll start with the toe tapping, see if you want to bring the side plank in. If this shoulder is a bother for you or this elbow, then you're just not going to do the lifts at all. You just do the toe tapping and you lie out over your bottom arm. Realise that microphone's just disappearing into my top. Okay. Legs are out, but they're slightly in front of you. They're straight, so they're stacked on top of each other. The regression for this is to bend your bottom knee and use your bottom, so your bottom leg has got more of an area on the floor and it's less wobbly. We're going to lift your waist away from the floor. We're going to drop your bottom rib towards your pelvis. We're going to keep lifted out of that bottom shoulder. Lift your top leg up and lower it down. Lift and lower. These leggings are nothing like the colour of this rug, but they look like they're the same on the Zoom. Anyway, you can see my leg, purple socks on. Let's lift the top leg and then tap the toe in front of your bottom leg and then tap it just behind your top leg. Forward and back. Forward and back. Your leg is straight and your foot is slightly turned down so that your toe is doing the tapping. The heel's not coming as low as your toe. Let's try jumping higher. There'll be a limit to how high that leg can lift while your ribs are staying up. Okay, and you've got an option now to either bend the bottom knee, come up into half side plank, and tap and breathe, or you have both legs straight, you come up onto the side of your bottom foot, and you tap and you breathe. Or you keep your hips down and ribs lifted and you breathe. So up to you. We want to feel it start to build up in the bottom hip, the top hip. And if you're up in a side plank, you're going to feel it a lot in your core and also in that shoulder. That shoulder is probably the first thing to limit your side planks. Okay, let's do 3 more jumps. 3 sets of jumps. So this is the last one. And let's bring your top leg down, bring your hips down, bend your knees, or just give that top hip a little bit of a thump. So we do these side lying things. It all really is generally about the hip so that your hips can be even as you stand. So if you favor one hip more than the other normally, you can start to even out so you don't favor them. Okay, good. We're going to get your towel. We're going to roll it up. We'll do an upper back release. So roll it up nice and tight. If you have a half roller, this is now a half roller. I'm going to put the tight roll on the floor and we're going to lie back and put the roll under the lower part of your shoulder blades. So it's mid upper back. So it's kind of where you would have, I don't know where it was. Anyway, it's got your low back on the floor. Your low back is on the floor and your shoulders are lifted up. I was trying to think of a lounger of some sort, but now I can't think of anything. Hands behind your head, lower part of your head. So just tucked in behind your skull. Shuffle so your low back is on the floor. Bring your elbows as close together as you can. And then roll from side to side on your roll. So you're rolling across your spine from one side of your back to the other. Okay, we're going to stop. And then without your low back coming off the floor, we're going to ease your shoulders over the rolled towel so that you curl out your upper back while you've kept your low back pinned down. Because if that comes up, you're not rolling anything. So that's down. And then you curl your upper back over the towel and you let your elbows drop out. And we're just going to take a big breath here and then bring your elbows in, bring your chin in, have a little shuffle so the towel is now slightly higher up your back. Doesn't matter where, your low back is now firmly on the floor and we're going to bring your elbows in and roll from side to side. We're just going to do this one more stop. So I like these. If you're very curved in your upper back, these are great for you. Or in that base of your neck, if it really sticks out at the top of your back, these are really great for that. Okay, let's stop. Low back's pinned to the floor, and we're going to uncurl over the towel. Elbows drop wide, keep hold of your head. Breathe. Okay, and then we're going to shuffle, 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 or you can get the towel and put it underneath the base of your skull, or higher up than that actually, so it drops your chin in towards your chest. Okay, we're going to bring your knees together and your feet together. Take your hands up in the air and put your hands into prayer. They're stuck together. Knees are going to stay still. Low back, we're going to push to the floor, and we're going to take our hands over to one side, left or right. Try and keep your hands stuck together. One elbow will bend a bit, but keep your fingers shooting away. Take a breath here, and then breathe out and go the other way. Your knees are going to stay still, stuck together, sticking up towards the ceiling. Breathe here and twist round the other way. You're following your ribs and your hands with your head. So your whole upper body moves round while your legs stay still. So we get a really big twist. Take a big breath here, breathing into your sides. And then let's go over to the other twist. And we'll do one more on each side. So we go right over. Check your knees are stuck together. Fingertips are shooting away. Breathe here, widening your sides. And then over to the other side. Reach your fingers away. Breathe. And then let's turn back. The microphone's still there. Good. Okay, now let's widen our feet. Make sure your chin is tucked in. Bottom ribs are going to go down, and we want a gap underneath our low back here. So we're going to go into a supine 90-90 position with supine lying on our back, 90 degrees at the hip, 90 degrees at the knee. So if you put your legs up into this position and you can feel this is a big pulling at your low back, then you need to just put one foot down and lighten it. So you're going to, as much as you are about, you're trying to lift this foot off the floor, but if you feel your back taking part, then you stop lifting it. So you're lightening this foot on the floor as much as possible. So leg in the air, or both legs in the air, are going to flex at the ankle. So you're going to pull your toes in towards you a bit. We're going to have our arms up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other, and you just imagine you're holding onto a beach ball. So they're wide and they're sort of curved over the ball. Drop your shoulders down towards the floor, so your chest widens. Your chin is tucked well in. You've got that little gap underneath your low back, and your ribs are down. Widen your knees, widen your hands. Take your knees slightly away from you, and breathe here. You want your breath to really Buddha your tummy up. So breathe, tummy and sides really expand, and then long breath out through your mouth. If you can make that hissing sound through your mouth, then you can monitor it and you can make more pressure in your tummy. Let's do that again. You're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. If you're doing one leg, you're going to swap to the other leg now. Check ribs are down, check your spine is not involved. If it is, you bring your knees closer in. If you can manage more, take your knees slightly further out. Long exhales, really eke it out through your mouth. Might not feel like an exercise. It's a brilliant exercise for core strength. One more. Okay, on the next exhale, we're going to bring our knees in, put one foot down and then the other, and take the towel out from behind your head. Okay, we're going to bring both knees into your chest. Tuck your chin in. We're going to bring our arms down to our sides, palms on the floor. So we're going to work up towards what in Pilates is called a jackknife, but we don't need to get that far. So first of all, you lift your heels slightly. You bring your knees closer in towards your chest, so your tailbone lifts off the floor. You need to do that with an exhale. So we're going to breathe in, tailbone goes down, breathe out, knees come into your chest, you're still breathing out, and your low back is just lifted off the floor, pelvis. Okay, an extension to that is you're going to have legs straight. You're going to push your feet over your head as if you're trying to put your feet on the floor over your head. Shirley, if you're doing this, you'll have your feet on the floor because you are amazing. This is where my feet get to. And then breathe out, you bring them down again. So breathe in, breathe out. And when you've run out of breath, you breathe in and you put your pelvis down again. So it's really important that you're breathing out as you go into this called a reverse curl. Okay, so let's just do 2 more of these. Last one. Okay, we'll just do one of the jackknife ones. We haven't got enough time. So we're going to lift your hips right up in the air, putting your feet, trying to get to the floor over your head, and use your hands to push at your low back here. Bring your elbows in towards each other. Flex your ankles, so your feet, toes are down, heels are up, legs are stuck together. So I'll show you what we're going to do first. You can be in this lovely comfortable position as I do that. We're going to bring our hands down to the floor, and then we're going to slowly roll our spine down so that you're back to having your back on the floor. Slower than that. That was my demo. Okay, let's go back up again. So take a breath in. Breathe out. Hands on the floor. Slowly breathing out. Try to curl your back down to the floor. If you run out of breath, breathe in and carry on. Okay, if you want to do another one, we can do another one. Let's do another one. Pretending I can hear you say, yay, let's do another one. So use your hands. You'll be using all your core. Whew. That's pretty hard work. Unless you're super flexible in your spine. Okay, let's bring your knees into your chest. Have a roll of your knees from side to side. And circle your knees into your chest and across and away. Take some deep breaths in and long exhales. Let's circle your knees round the other way. Okay, we're going to go on to the other side to do the plank toe taps. Okay, so elbow underneath your shoulder, legs out straight, slightly in front of you. Hips stacked, ribs lifted, bottom rib down. Really strong in that bottom shoulder, so your shoulder is right away from your ear, or your ear is right away from your shoulder. Okay, let's stretch the top leg out and lift and lower it. Okay, let's do the taps. So the foot comes forward, toe taps on the floor, toe taps behind the foot, and then in front. So just start with little jumps. Big toe tapping on the floor, hand on your hip, kind of still as possible. Okay, let's make the jumps bigger, higher. Your toe can come far in front of the bottom leg, but not too far behind. Check your waist is lifted. Check your ribs are down. Check your breathing is regular. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth or nose. Okay, we're going to carry on doing this. And you've got an option to go up into a side plank or a half side plank and carry on. So if your bottom leg is trying to be straight, it needs to be really straight. Hips lifted, ribs down, strong in your bottom shoulder. Half plank, you want to keep lifted up, ribs tucked in. Strong in your bottom shoulder, breathing. You just imagine you're tapping over that bottom foot. Or your hips are down, but you're still planking because your ribs are still up and tucked in front of you. Strong in your bottom shoulder. Try and keep those taps. Try and keep the arcs. Having a good loop. Okay, let's do 3 more jumps. 2 more. 1 more. Okay, let's fold your knees in. Give your hip a rub. We're going to do a twisted child's pose here to stretch out our shoulders. So flip over onto all fours. Walk your hands forward and take one arm and post it right behind your hand on the floor. Reach it right along the floor and bring the side of your head down to the floor. So we're in a good twist here up at the upper back. You can stretch your arm forward. The supporting hand can stretch out along the floor. Remember, for these, you can always put a cushion under a towel underneath your head. Put this in the right place. Okay, big breath here. Okay, let's do the other side. Use your hand to push you up, and then the other hand reaches right through. Bring the side of your head to the floor. Reach your other arm forward. Breathe here, trying to sit your hips back. Okay, hand on the floor to pick yourself up. Walk your hands back to your knees, lift your knees up. We're going to bring your back up, then push through both feet to come up. So we're going to do the side stretches that we did on Tuesday to finish off. So we're going to stretch through all the sides of our body. So let's start with our left foot. Step your left foot behind you. Reach back with both arms and push your chest forward, lifting your chin like this big, you're in a wind tunnel, blowing you that way. Okay, now let's take your left heel forward, bending your right knee, reach forward both hands, and then push your back, arch it behind you, pulling the ball of your foot towards you, chin tucked in. Okay, and then let's come on up, then take your left foot behind your right foot, edge of the foot on the floor, arms up to the ceiling, take your arms to the right and push your hip to the left. Try and keep stuck between 2 walls here. Okay, arms up, take your left foot out to the left, arms up, and then No, that's right. We're going to take them over that leg. Reach across. Stuck between two walls here. Okay, let's do your right leg. Why are these so confusing for me? Okay, so step your right foot back, arms back, chest forward, chin lifts. Really breathe here as you stretch. Okay, stretching the back line, right heel forward, arms forward, reach and round, chin tucks in. Pull the ball of your foot towards you. You want to stretch all the way up the back of that right leg. Big breath. Coming on up, right foot behind your left, arms up, arms to the left. Push your hip out. Breathe. And then right foot out, arms up, and stretch over the leg. Hips go the other way. Keep that top shoulder open. Okay, let's bring your arms up. Bring that foot in, shoulders roll, and let's stretch. Arms up. Reach onto your toes, try and touch the ceiling and take a big breath in. Let that out. Roll up. Reach up, stretch, and then flop. Whew, sorry, went over. Good. That's